What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam whatsoever. Someone's gonna knock out your grandma. Yeah, that's right, guys. Sadly, the story I have today involves somebody knocking out their grandma. Not necessarily on purpose, but I don't really think it matters when the result is knocking out an old lady. Regardless, guys, it's a pretty funny video, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into some Grandma RKO in action.
It's okay, it's not good. Nice rack and her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million. Swear I'm a little drunk, but it's a hell of a feeling.
What's going on, guys? This story actually takes place last Memorial Day. For those of you who aren't American, Memorial Day is a day that we have to honor the troops and everybody that has sacrificed to make America what it is today. And a lot of people use it as an excuse to throw a party and get wasted. And listen, man, I'm all for freedom, and if you have the freedom to do that, then that's more power to you. Amen. USA, USA. And last Memorial Day, my friend was going to throw a party, and he was saying that he was just going to have some of his close friends over and his family, and we were more than welcome to come over. And my friend had a pretty cool pool, so I was like, hey, I'm trying to pull up any excuse to go swimming, I'll take. I like to swim. I don't have a pool. Kind of an L on my part, but regardless, I was like, yeah, sure. And I don't really like going to parties with a ton of people I don't know. It's just kind of awkward in my opinion. So knowing it was just gonna be his family that I had already met before, some of them, not his extended family, but I had met his brother and his dad before, but his mom and his grandma were gonna be there, and I was like, oh, okay, I haven't met them, but I've met a couple of the people, so sure, why not? I'll spend my Memorial Day at this party. It'll be a good time. So the Memorial Day comes, and I show up, and when I walk in, immediately something is kind of off because I was friends with both of these brothers. They were about 2 years apart, and the guy whose house it is walks up to me and is like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, I might need you to help me. My brother's kind of being a jerk right now. He's causing all this drama and arguments with the family, and I don't really know what to do, and he's just kind of telling me that he's being a jerk. And I'm like, all right, man, sick. I love coming to a party and instantly being told that I'm gonna have to Dr. Phil this hoe. I don't know why people do that with me, bro. People always assume that I'm gonna solve the drama. I'm like, you do realize my job is talking about drama on the internet and making fun of stuff, right? If you're gonna pick anybody to try to squash the beef, I'm probably not the right person to pick. But for whatever reason, my friend assumes that I'm gonna walk in here and just Dr. Phil this. I'll be able to snap my fingers and his brother's gonna stop being a jerk. So I get a job as soon as I go to the party. That's just how it is. So I go outside, and the way it's situated is there's the patio as soon as you go out the door, and then the hot tub's on the other end. And I see his brother in the hot tub, and just by the way he's kind of swaying in the hot tub, and the look on his face, I can tell that he's a pretty hydrated individual. His mental state might be a little altered at this point in time, which would also explain why he's being just irrationally mean to his brother, I guess all of this has started because his brother asked him what he wanted from Taco Bell, and he had started going off about how his brother's trying to poison him with dog meat because he had read an Onion article earlier about how dog meat is in Taco Bell, and he believed it because he was hydrated. It had just started over some ridiculous stuff. So this guy, very clearly out of it, but sometimes when people get like that, they don't make a lot of sense. Nothing that they say makes sense. They just kind of pick fights with people for no reason, and that's one of the biggest downsides of that stuff. So I'm kind of looking at him, and he sees me, and he waves at me, very hydratedly, and I wave back, and he just kind of sits there, and he's minded his own business. So I go over, I get introduced to my friend's mom and my friend's grandma. I'm like, hey, and then there's a couple of people around my age, a couple girls my age, a couple dudes. It's a small little get together, nothing too crazy, and it's just going. There's music playing, everybody's hanging out, and this dude's brother is just sitting in the hot tub all by himself, and he doesn't look like he's stewing with anger. He doesn't look like he's sitting there in a ball of anger, just kind of waiting for it to explode. He's seeming pretty chill. Little did we know that homeboy really had the Yellowstone volcano bubbling up in his stomach that was about to be released on this old woman. Anyways, the two brothers' mom, the mom, hasn't gotten into the pool at all. She wasn't really swimming. She was just kind of like sitting there. She was wearing normal clothes, didn't even have a swimsuit on, and she had a camera on her. And she kind of goes by the pool to take a picture of everybody on the patio to like post on Facebook or something. I don't know what old people do with taking pictures with cameras, but whatever they do with it, they put it in a scrapbook. I don't know. I just work here. So she's taking a picture, and out of nowhere, as she's taking the picture, his brother jumps out of the hot tub, runs as fast as he can behind his own mother, and shoves her into the pool while she has a camera in her hand, dude. And it wasn't a waterproof camera. So she falls into the pool, and she's like, oh my God. I'm gonna name him Derek. Derek, what are you doing? And everybody's like, Derek, what the hell? His dad's yelling at him, you know. Everybody's just kind of standing there awkwardly like, what do we do now? But the brother is obviously like not having any of it. So he walks up to Derek and he's like, what the hell, man? What's your issue? And he like shoves his brother. And obviously brothers are gonna fight. It just is what it is, dude. Some people take it so seriously whenever like siblings fight. It happens sometimes, especially when somebody shoves your mom into the pool. You're gonna fight your brother in this situation. So they kind of are like pushing each other back and forth. And somehow I think the mom had gotten out of the pool and like called the brother who wasn't drunk, the one who didn't shove her into the pool, over, and he had like turned around and tried to peacefully go away. And as he's walking away, the brother who's hydrated picks up like a smart water bottle. If you've ever seen a smart water bottle, and he says his brother's name, and I'm gonna name him Brandon, Derek and Brandon, because they're both kind of, you know, those ish type of people. And so Derek is like, hey Brandon, and Brandon turns around and he throws the smart water bottle full speed at this dude, like full speed, just baseball level pitch of a smart water bottle at somebody's head. And if you've ever seen a smart water bottle, you know those things are kind of big. Hi, I'm going to be annoying for a second and just ask you guys to press the like button and, you know, comment something down below. It just helps the video do better. The channel's been doing kind of bad, so I'd appreciate all the help I could get. If you could just press the like button and comment down below, it takes a second, makes my day a little bit better, and, yeah, thanks. Anyways, he has the speed thing down. Like, obviously, he's a man. He can throw the bottle pretty hard, but when you're hydrated, you kind of have this thing where your accuracy isn't the best, you know? Like, your accuracy tends to be pretty thrown off. So he throws this water bottle full speed at his brother, and his brother turns and ducks, but he doesn't even have to duck because he just straight up misses. And the bottle kind of is soaring to the right. And as it's going, everybody is kind of watching, and I think the first person to realize that this smart water bottle is now beaming full speed towards grandma, bro. And grandma, you know, their grandma's pretty old. She's like 75, 76. This is an old lady. And there's a 1 pound water bottle that was just thrown by a grown man speeding towards her, dude. So I'm like, look out. And then the dad of the family, the father of Derek and Brandon, the two douches who are now about to knock out an old lady with the water bottle, kind of looks and he sees what's happening, and he dives, and like the water bottle grazes his fingers, which slows it down. Thankfully it slows it down because this thing was moving, but it doesn't stop it entirely, and it keeps spinning, and it hits this grandma right on the forehead. But I'm not gonna lie, the fact that it hit this dude's hand probably kept her from getting like a serious injury. It obviously smacks her. She goes, oh, and like immediately kind of like stops moving, like looks down for a second. And I don't know how long she was really sitting there still, but it felt like at least 40 seconds from my perspective, because I seriously thought I just watched this dude come up into his grandma with a smart water bottle. So I'm sitting there like, oh my God, what is happening? And then she kind of stirs back up, but she got knocked out for at least 45 seconds, just kind of sitting there. And immediately everybody is like, oh my God, and is freaking out, dude. A couple of the other people that were there, like one of them was a paramedic, so he's like, let's pick her up. So they pick up the chair she's in, they take her inside, they're checking her out with the flashlight and stuff. And then I turn around and Brandon is now just on top of Derek, just beating the crap out of him. Which, look, man, if my brother just beamed my grandma on the head with a smart water bottle, yeah, he's catching catching the fade, okay? Like, I'm not encouraging it, but I can't exactly say I don't understand where he's coming from. Like, you shouldn't fight anybody, but your siblings, it's just a little bit different, especially when they do stuff like this. Like, if you fight your brother like this over Pop-Tarts, you're just immature. It's stupid. But if your brother knocks out your grandma, I'm pretty sure that's a reasonable reason to be upset. Anyways, I'm looking around and I realize it's just the brother's girlfriend and their mom, because everybody else had gone inside, and they're all looking at me to go break up their fight because I'm the only dude out here, and I'm like, ah, crap. So I start walking over to break up them fighting, and I get over and I'm putting my hands on them and I'm trying to like pull them apart, right? And they're like cursing at each other, they're spitting at each other, you know, it's pretty nasty. It's a sibling fight. So I'm like trying to break it up. I'm like, guys, and I finally like push them apart, dude. And now I'm near the edge of the pool, and I'm like, chillax, calm down. And you know, Derek starts running at me to like try to headbutt me into the pool. The only problem is I wasn't hydrated at all. Like, I was fine. So I see him coming and he's like running at me. So I step to the side and he kind of just runs into the pool. And I'm not trying to say like I did a secret agent move or anything. I dodged a drunk guy stumbling around on wet cement towards me. Like, I'm not trying to pretend that, you know, I had like the red cape, like, ole, like I nothing I did was that cool, right? And I look at Brandon and I'm like, are we good? Like, are you gonna calm down now? And then the betrayal sets in because Brandon just runs towards me and he tackles me into the pool, bro. I don't know what I did to this dude. I was just trying to prevent him from like smashing his brother's head in by the pool. I was just trying to do my thing, but he tackles me into the pool. And so I like get hit into the water, obviously, and I start swimming away from them. And now they're fighting in the pool, dude. And I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do now. If I've tried to break you up on land and I get one of you to run into the pool and then the other one of you tackles me in just to go keep fighting your brother, clearly I'm not going to be able to break these guys up. So I get back up out of the pool and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to like get them to stop fighting. So I just don't know what to do. And the mom is yelling at me, break them up. So I just jump back in the pool because I didn't know what else to do. And I'm like trying to break them up. And finally I get them apart. And because they were swimming and fighting, they had tired themselves out. So at that point they were like, okay. And they come swimming over to like the wet deck area, and they're just kind of laying there like gasping for breath, dude. One of them has a bloody nose, you know, one of them's eyes pretty swollen up. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, okay, this has been weird. The grandma ended up being okay. She had a pretty nasty bruise on her forehead, but, you know, old people do bruise easily. Like, it wasn't a very serious injury. She didn't have to go to the hospital or anything, but he did knock out his grandma with a water bottle, which I don't recommend. I'm sure Thanksgiving could not have been very kosher after that, and I'm sure the will definitely got rewritten after that night. I don't even know how you possibly make good with your grandma after that. Like, hey, grandma, sorry for getting out of control and hurling a water bottle at your head. My bad. I was aiming for my brother. I wanted to maim him instead. Like, I feel like your grandma's gonna have, obviously she's a grandma. She's gonna forgive you because grandmas are the dopest. But, like, man, if there's ever a sign that you hit rock bottom, it's knocking out your grandma with a water bottle, you know? I think you've gone too far. Regardless, she ended up being okay, and as soon as everybody had like calmed down and the grandma was okay, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And the Brandon guy is like, oh, no, man, you don't have to go. Like, we're going to keep partying. And I'm like, dude, I just got in the middle of the most awkward family fight. You just tackled me into the pool, bro. Your brother was trying to spear me into the pool. Your mom was screaming at me to break you guys up. Your brother just knocked out your grandma. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to go. And, like, you know, I didn't say all that. I just made up an excuse about having to work early tomorrow. But they kept the party going after all that. And that's what really blows my mind. Like, you know, I guess do whatever you want to do in terms of your family and stuff, but after a situation like that, I feel like you got to send the guests home and like have some family time to figure out whatever issues are going on, because clearly we are right in the middle of it. And personally, dude, there is nothing worse than being at somebody's house when they start fighting with their family. Like, you ever spent the night at somebody's house and they start arguing with their mom? It's just the most awkward situation. Now imagine having to break up the fight between that guy and his mom. And yeah, that's what that situation was. So I was like, I'm outie 5,000. and I dipped with pride. I regret absolutely nothing. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I really would appreciate you pressing the like button, commenting something down below, and if you're new, subscribe, turn on those notifications, because I post videos like this every single day, and you don't want to miss them, because trust me, it's just a factual statement that my videos are the best videos on this website. You know, say whatever you want, but everyone knows that I'm better than PewDiePie. Definitely not being sarcastic at all. If you enjoyed the video, you can also follow me on Twitter at Scrubby_69. My Instagram is just at Scrubby. If you like the intro song, a link will be down below, and yeah, other than that, be sure to use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout, because you can get a discount and it helps me out, and G Fuel is the best formula for gamers doing gamer things. That's a proven fact as well. And yeah, on that note, I think I've plugged everything that I have to plug. Hopefully you guys don't get anyone pregnant, but if you do, try to make sure that they're hot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.